Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to go double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akim and the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This brother Bama Locke coming at you with a lesson. And we talking about as 2/3 of Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all celebrating, the birth of a nation, 1776, we're pronouncing the evils that's about to befall Babylon the Great here in these last days. So let's get right into it, man. The hopeful elect and the hopeful 1/3, what we are looking for, a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And if you can sit down and you can say that everything is done in righteousness here in America, Babylon the Great, then you're a liar. You're a liar. So let's get right into it. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 60. And it reads, so Jeremiah wrote in the book all the evils that should come upon Babylon, even all these words that are written against Babylon. Verse 61, and Jeremiah said to Sariah, when thou comest to Babylon, and shall see and shall read all these words, then shalt thou say, O Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but that it shall be desolate forever. And we know that ancient Babylon is modern day Iran. So this is talking about a future prophecy, man, that it'll be desolate forever. And it's talking about America, Babylon the Great. And that's what 2/3 of Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's what y'all fail to understand about the Holy Scriptures, man. Y'all thinking, why read the Bible if you think all the prophecies apply to the ancient times? The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, even at the mouth of the prophet Jeremiah, the Lord spoke evils against Babylon the Great. And these evils are manifesting themselves here in these last days because the prophets are on the highways and the byways and they're doing these epistles around the clock. So we're breaking this place down brick by brick. As your former president, Donald J. Trump, said, the prophets are doomed. The prophets are doomed. And that's exactly what we're doing, man. So you don't have to go to your local gun store and buy no weapons. You don't have to do that, man. Just pick up the Bible. Start listening to the prophets, the teachers, the men that you see on the highways and the byways that y'all scoff at, that y'all call nothing but niggers, spicks. And start listening and start and repenting. Let's continue reading, man. Jeremiah 51 and verse 60. Again, 62. Then shalt thou say, O Lord Yahweh, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but it shall be desolate forever. Verse 63. And it shall be, when thou hast made an end of reading this book, that thou shalt bind a stone to it and cast it into the midst of the Euphrates. Verse 64. And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evils that I will bring upon her, and they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah, man. So the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said, I'm going to speak, because he gave Jeremiah this prophet, against what? Present day Babylon. And that is America, man. That is America. So let's go to the book of Revelation, man. It's not going to be long. We're going to go to Revelation chapter 18. We're going to start at verse 1. Revelation chapter 18, because we're talking about what? The fall of Babylon. The fall of what? The most wickedest kingdom ever erected. The book of Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. That's a Mashiach Yahweh Shai, man. The earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And what's part of the wrath of her fornication? is going up, you know, to all these different nations and try to spread their democracy. And they're not really trying to spread democracy. What they're trying to do is spread wickedness, man. They go into these different nations and saying, hey, and what's the biggest thing that America love to go push on the other nations, man? You know, especially on the dog nations. Because Esau, Edom, you know, he would rather for all, because he think that all the dog nations are Yasharallah. You know, they think that all the dog nations of Yasharallah, and they know, and the thing is, they know that it's not, but they push all this filthiness on all the dark nations because they know that we were scattered through the four corners of the earth. Yasharallah is scattered through the four corners of the earth. So what? They want to start with all the dark nations. And what they pushing? Homosexuality. That's the biggest thing that they push. You know, they'll go over there, they'll send a couple of these feminist women, and they'll send them over there, and these homosexual guys, and they send them to these different dark nations, and they say, hey, man, you know, y'all don't allow, you know, a man to sleep with another man or a woman to sleep with another woman. See, because the other dark nations, they understand that life, you know, is life come about when for a man and a woman, they come together and they consummate a marriage, man. They have sex, and therefore they become marriage. They become one. See, but Esau think that life, you know, because they'll show you pictures with a man with a pregnant stomach, with a big old stomach, and they'll tell you that, yeah, the man can what? He can carry a baby in his womb. See, that's the wickedness, you know, of Babylon the Great, America. That's what they want to push. And again, a couple of weeks back, you had the first lady of Nigeria. She said, hey, she was speaking out and telling that they young women say, hey, don't y'all follow on the path the Western society, mainly America, the women that America do. Because they know that our women are out of place. They out of order here in America, Babylon the Great. Book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 2, and it reads, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird, man. And that's talking about, you know, you birds. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is referencing you human beings to, you know, unclean birds, man. You know, uncaged, because y'all act as though y'all are uncivilized. Verse 3, Revelation 18 and 3, it say, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Because all the nations, you know, you go through Europe, that's something where they'll tell you, you know, like this, especially you go to the UK, you probably go to the UK and all them other places where you'll see two men hugged up together. You know, you go to maybe Germany, and you'll see two men hugged up together. You go to somewhere like Wales. You know, all the nations, man, where the Edomites are really reside, you know, except you go to Russia. Russia is like, you know, Putin saying, hey, man, we ain't having that shit here. We're going to put you in prison for a period of time. But here in America, it's condoned. It's not only is it condoned, it is pushed upon the people here in America, Babylon the Great. Hence, that's why you got videos of Jake being married, and Jake them up there telling his wife, you know, that, hey, you knew what it was when we got married. Because Jake want to go out there and sleep around with men. Because this the hateful and uncaged bird. Let's go back to verse 2. It said, hold of every foul spirit, and a cage. That's verse 2. And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird, man. Because Jake they always want to be out of order. Jake don't fail hook, line, and sinker, you know, to the ways of Babylon the Great. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, Jeremiah, the prophet Jeremiah, he had a sentence against Babylon the Great. Let's continue reading, man. Verse 3 again. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth were waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. Because there's one thing about America. America don't produce nothing. They produce a bunch of homosexuals and adulterous people, but they're not producing anything that's gonna be that's gonna be a value to the other countries, man. That's why America is the biggest consumers of the whole globe, man. That's why these other nations have waxed rich against her delicacies, man. And again, 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all are what? Y'all are bought in and hook, line, and sinker, man. Y'all think that everything, because y'all see it so often, and it's so prevalent here in America. Y'all just think what? Y'all desensitized to it, man. It's just like death, man. You see two Jakes walking around holding hands, two females walking around kissing. They hugged up. They talking about they getting ready to have a baby. Like, how the fuck is they having a baby? They don't went to the sperm banks that to get their sperm. So it can be what? Inserted into them. See, because everything about America is about wickedness, man. But as y'all celebrate, the birth of this place, we celebrating what? The end of this place. Y'all celebrating the birth of a nation, and we celebrating the end, because Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. See, you got two manner of people, man, was in that womb. Two manner of people was in Rebecca's womb, man. Jacob and Esau. And it's befitting, man, that as y'all celebrate, 1776, y'all lighting y'all firecrackers and your fireworks, we using the fireworks of the Holy Scriptures, what? To bring this place down to its feet, man. Verse 3 again, for all the nations have drunken the wine of the wrath of her fornications. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. And we telling you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans to come out of her, my people, man. Come out of her, my people, man. Going back to what? The two prophets, man. The southern and the northern kingdom, man. What? Go read the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, and talk about those two prophets, man, that pretty much paraphrasing it, we traumatizing Babylon the Great, man. We traumatizing it. And soon y'all gonna see when they come out against the prophets. They not gonna come out against your Christian pastors. They not gonna say anything to your Christian pastors. Why? Because ain't shit coming out their mouth, man. That's believable. The only thing that's coming out of their mouth is that they need more money from you. The people that need to keep their money in their pocket, because they need to pay their bills. But they'll tell y'all that y'all bless me and God gonna bless y'all. The weakest and poorest people on the planet Earth, they always giving to these pastors in these churches. So that they can ride in their Bentleys and they can ride in their Benzes and they can get their Lear jets and they can fly all over the place with their families and they can shop with their designer clothes on. That's what we're telling you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans right here. This was John the Revelator saying, verse 18, verse 4. It said, Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, because the plagues are coming, man. Famine, death, and destruction. These are the plagues that's getting ready to befall America, Babylon the Great. Come out of her, my people. Yo, it ain't talking about going to get a plane ticket and fly over to Europe. It's saying, hey, come out of her. I want you to start following me, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Follow me the right way. It's because this is the way, walk ye in it. That's what the scripture said, right? This is the way, walk ye in it. We're trying to tell y'all to walk in the path of righteousness, man. Walk towards salvation. Don't run away. Don't run towards death, the famine, death and destruction. Run towards salvation, man. Verse 4 again, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Verse 5, Revelation 18:5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua have remembered her iniquities. The sin on top of sin, man, that America has committed. And the biggest sin that they committed, that they took the oracles of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and tried to corrupt them. And they did corrupt the oracles of the Most High for a time period. But now the truth is what? The truth is in the earth, man. The truth is in the earth. And you can go on and read it. Tell her, verse 6, we'll read it. Revelation 18:6, it says, reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she have filled to her double. You know, and this going to be what? It's going to fill to her double, man. This is, you know, they're going to get a double dose, you know, of what they done to you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. But first you want to be what? The first fruits of the new kingdom, man. So that you can what? You can be you actively participant, you know, that you will be a participant in filling that double, you know, to Babylon the Great. To their forefathers. To the wise men of the earth. It's time to repent, man. And again, as y'all celebrate the birth of a nation, we celebrating what? You know, the death of a nation. Shalom.